Hello, hello, Canadian Sasquatch Steve here with the 2015-2016 Mead Challenge, and this is take two because, well, I went through this once and the camera died on me. Sorry about the glare up over there. Doing this on my webcam, so we'll see how it goes. So, cheers everybody, drinking my 2013 Wahia traditional mead. Set that down there. Alright, so, the burning question. What's this year's challenge all about? So this year we are doing chocolate. That's right, chocolate mead. Um, what exactly does that mean? That means you make a mead with chocolate in it. So a traditional with cocoa powder or a mellow with cacao beans. Uh, do a chocolate milk mead for a lactomel. Uh, Pretty much anything that you want to do, just as long as it has chocolate in it. You could do a chocolate mint methanol gel. So yeah, chocolate. That's what it's about. So some of the other details, everything that I'm going to talk about will be posted on the Mead Challenge website, which will be posted down below. So I'm just going to go through here. So the number of people this year, we're upping it to 20. So that means 10 more than we allowed last year. And at the end of it, we had 5 people. So I'm hoping we have at least 10 this year. So registration is open as of right now. As soon as this gets posted, registration, the link is down below. So feel free to sign up. And how we're going to do that is the first 20 who sign up are in. But that doesn't mean you should not be signing up, even if you think you're not within 20, because not everybody will be able to see it through. So we will keep registration open. Registration stays open until June 1st of 2016. That way, if anybody drops out or can't continue that registered, then the people that registered afterwards, which are kind of like waitlisted, they can still be a part of it. That way, nobody misses out, and everybody who can and will be a part of it can and will be. So yeah, so 20 people is what we're going to cap it at, and each person can have up to 2 entries. It's for you, Laramo. Since this year Laramo did do 2 entries, we will allow 2 entries. We'll call it the Laramo 22 rule. So there could be up to 40 meads flying around. So that's what's going to happen with that. So 20 people, the Lermo 22 rule. I'm just reading my notes here. So the contest is long. Like I said, registration closed June 1st of next year, which is 2016. And then I will follow along with the timeline after that. So June 1st, 2016, registration closes, and then we figure out where everybody is and figure out the logistics of getting the meads around to everybody. At which point we will, June 8th, start the shipping process. We'll let everybody know where to ship what and however. And during that, once we know how many we're shipping and where we're shipping them, we're going to ask for a little bit of money to help with the shipping costs because it does get pricey very fast. It shouldn't be any more than $15 or $20 a person. just simply to help with the cost, because it's not only the postage, but there's also the packing material. Once you like get them all together and have to find new boxes so that they all fit to wherever you're shipping them to. Like this year, I spent a little bit over $300 in this mead challenge alone. So just a little bit of extra money to help out so we can keep this going. So that's June 8th is when shipping starts. And then as soon as you receive the meads, you can start judging. And I recommend starting judging as soon as you can. Put the meads in the fridges to let them settle down faster, and then bring them out to judge. I'll talk about judging in a little bit. July 23rd of 2016 is when judging will close. So that gives us over a month to judge all the meads. And since meads are usually a bit bigger on the ABV, this will allow us to spread them out a little bit and still get 20 done. And then, so that's July 23rd is when that closes. July 24th is when the scoring and winners will be announced. Okay, so the judging, we'll go back to the judging. The judging will be based on aroma, appearance, flavor, and the overall impression. So each of those 4 categories will be out of 10 with a spot where you can write down notes on that. And basically, part of this is all so that we can learn what other people get out of the meads that we have, and if they've had similar off flavors or whatever, maybe offer suggestions on how to fix that in the future. Like, I had this issue, and dropping the fermentation temperature helped resolve it. So any kind of that extra information definitely helps. All this talking, I don't talk this much usually, especially when I'm having to do the same video twice. So that's the judging. There'll be more on that as we get closer. It'll be a Google Docs again, quick and easy that way. So yeah, so that's the judging, the scoring. You cannot grade your own mead. No judging of your own meads. The reason for this is we tend to judge ourselves more harshly than others, so that will skew the results the wrong way for everybody. Or there's those few screwballs out there that want to skew it the other way and jack up their overall score by giving themselves all 10s. And speaking of the skewing and all that, how it's going to happen with the scoring is, so there's the four categories, each one out of 10. Add them up. That'll be the score for one score sheet, and then we will add up all the scores from the score sheets and divide by the number of score sheets to get an average of all the score sheets. Doing it this way because what I saw this time around was not every mead got the same number of score sheets. So we had to, like, some of them got 3, some of them got 4, and 4 was the max without judging yourself. And one of them got 1. So yeah, the best way to do it that I can think of is to add them all up and average them based on the number of score sheets. So that's that scoring. So like I said, there's going to be 20 people involved. So I suggest doing 3-gallon batches. That way there's 2 gallons for the challenge and 1 gallon for you to enjoy at your own leisure after the fact, rather than missing out on something that you made that's super awesome but had to give it all away to other people. Because we know meads taste better as they age, so save yourself some. Make a larger batch than just enough for 20 people. So we're gonna for bottling, 12 ounce or 355 ml bottles, so just your standard beer bottle. PET is allowed. If you want to go the plastic route, that's not a problem. The Welsh brewer did that, and it worked out well with his stuff. No problem with that. And then also on the bottles, or with the bottles, or we need to have some information on the label. So one, we need to know who made it, so we know who we're judging. Type of honey or type of honeys that you use, so we can learn the flavors of the honey as well. Part of the reason for doing all this, more educational experience. So if you use like just wildflower, then just say wildflower. If you use clover and orange blossom, then say clover and orange blossom. You don't have to write down how much of everything, just what's in it. The type of chocolate you used, so if you use cocoa powder or cacao beans or a Snickers bar or something like that, then write all that down. Excuse me. So we know what kind of chocolate we're tasting or looking for. Any other ingredients that you've used in it to help with the flavor, raspberries or mint or an old car tire, if that's what you put in it, then write that down, just so we know what else we have going on in there. Like if it's plantain mole, so you got your chocolate, cinnamon, cayenne, and plantains. Hey, there you go. So just the other ingredients, so we know what else we're tasting, so it's not just honey versus chocolate. Unless it's just honey and chocolate, then that's all you need. The ABV, so the ABV would be nice, so we know if it's an 8%, but it tastes like a 16%, then there's some issues there that we can address. Or if it's a 16% that tastes like an 8%, then we know to only have one drink at that time, so we don't end up completely smashed before we have to go drive someplace or something like that. Just kind of keep us in the know on what we're doing to ourselves. The date started. When did you start making it? If you start making it today, write down today. What's today? Today is August the 23rd, I think. I know everything says registration opens on the September 1st, but we're doing it now. So yeah, just the date you start it. Maybe the date that you bottled it would be nice too. I should add that, maybe. Yeah, the date when you bottled it, I'll add that to my notes as well. So we know how long it's been in the bottle, and so you know how long it's been in the bottle, and for you, when you go to try it in a year, 5 years, or whatever. And then anything else you want to toss on the label that you think might be good information? So yeah. So we've covered that. So yeah, so go ahead, everybody, and I do mean everybody, sign up. Links are down below. Registration will be a direct link to a Google form page, so I can keep track of who's in and who's registered and how to contact them. And all this information that I've just spewed out will be on the website that is also linked down below. So that's it, everybody. Here's to an awesome 2015-2016 Mead Challenge. And be sure to have a pint of awesome, because I know I will. Cheers, everybody.